Kate, Internet Explorer is now officially dead.
Internet Explorer was still alive?
Yeah, it was.
Oh.
So as of yesterday, when you launch Internet Explorer, Microsoft's all womp womp. You need to use Microsoft Edge instead.
Oh.
So pour one out for Internet Explorer. How long do you think Internet Explorer's been around?
Well, considering I thought it was still around.
Wait, I thought you said you didn't think it was still around.
Correct. Sorry. I didn't think it was around.
Okay.
Let's say 20 years.
27 years.
Okay.
Internet Explorer is no more, and now it's called Microsoft Edge. Or I shouldn't say it's called Microsoft Edge. They both existed for a while side by side, and then goodbye.
Bye.
Internet Explorer officially dead. When was the last time you used Internet Explorer?
I don't know.
You a Google Chrome? You Google Chrome household?
I am. We are. Yes.
Yeah, I use Safari. I've got Macs lying around, and I still have a Windows computer. Well, obviously here and then at home as well. And I'm rocking Microsoft Edge on those. That's right.
We do Safari on our phones, I guess, or we back and forth, but our computer is somewhere in a box, and that's a Mac. So I guess we do Safari when we do that, but we're pretty much iPhones and an iPad. So yeah, probably Google Chrome or...
Gosh. So you got no computers at your house outside of your home studio?
Outside of my home studio, nope.
Wow. Futuristic, Kate.
I don't know about that, Matt.
Why not? What do you mean?
I mean, it does pose a problem sometimes when kids have to do homework and they're not allowed to bring their laptops home. So, yeah.
Do you have little external keyboards for them or anything?
No.
Make typing easier? No. Oh, okay.
No. We did at one point. The iPad had a keyboard cover case. It doesn't work anymore. So,
on-screen keyboards only over there.
Yeah. See, not futuristic. Kind of, and it's an old iPad. So it's like, ugh.
I don't know, some of these people that grew up with the touch to type instead of an actual physical keyboard can type quite prolifically on there.
You think? Or do you think it's the autocorrect?
That's a good point.
Because I think my kids are not that great of typers on those things. But autocorrect.
Autocorrect / autofill, too, right? As you start typing, it'll suggest. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was working yesterday downstairs in the studio, and Ellie came down, and she's like, hey, Mom, I'm like, I got to finish this thought. Just a second. I was emailing, so I had my head down. I was typing. She's like, you don't look at the screen. I said, I know. I used to be really good at typing and looking at the screen, but not anymore.
You can't touch type anymore. You lost that?
I feel like I have.
Oh, dear.
I know. I feel like Mr. Delk would be very disappointed in me.
Probably. Well, I bet Sister Teresa, my keyboarding instructor in high school, is very proud of me and just tested it like a week or so ago. 90 words per minute, 100% accuracy, Kate.
You tested yourself?
And I was using a miniature keyboard. Yes. Why not?
I don't know why, Matt.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why. I mean, did you give yourself a gold star because you...
Ouch.
90 words per minute or...
Wow. No, I just thought maybe I'd tell you about it and maybe you'd say, wow, that's pretty good. But instead, you decided to slam me and tell me that I'm stupid.
Nobody said you're stupid. I would not be shocked that you got 100% accuracy ever because you are that good. I've watched you. But what made you test yourself?
I don't know. Felt like it.
Okay.
It's a big deal. I don't know. I mean, there's lots of options. I did it online. There's dozens of...
Did you take a typing test?
Yeah.
Okay. It wasn't like you were actually typing an email and you're like, whoa, no typos, 100% accuracy.
No, there's tons of tests you can take online.
Okay.
So I did one of those.
Okay.
And now I'm just flaunting, but clearly you're not impressed and in fact are quite dismissive of my feat.
I'm just shocked that you did a typing test.
You should do one. Do it.
Why? There's life to live, Matt.
For the listeners. Wow. Okay. All right. So thank you. I have no life. Kate's is too full to take a typing test. Thanks, Kate.
Oh, Matt, I think you're being a little sensitive on this.
Okay, fine. Oh, and now you're dismissing me as being too sensitive about it. Wow. Here comes Kate.
Oh, my. It's getting deep in here.
Yep.
I never said that you were stupid.
I know.
I'm just shocked that you would actually like, hey, let me take a typing test.
Instead, you just said it was a waste of time and that you had better things to do.
Oh, I don't think that's exactly what I said.
You said you had a life. You remember that part?
I said there's life to live.
Life to live. Oh.
Life to live, Matt. I mean, I feel like whenever you're trying to push me into playing video games, this is you like, come on, Kate, live a little.
I don't know. It's playing video games as if you're playing board games. It's a pretty common family activity.
Right? Absolutely.
Yeah. That Kate's all, no, I don't want to play. I want to live life instead. I'm going to hang out over here and read a book or something.
I know. Nerd alert.
Why are you reading a book? There's life to live.
I know, Kate. Right? There's life to live instead of reading a book.
Yep.
Be taking a typing test instead.
Yes, precisely. I'm glad you've come around on this idea.
What made you want to test yourself, though?
I don't know, Kate. I give up. I will go ahead and surrender and say, yes, Kate, you're right. That was a waste of time. I should have been living instead.
Wow.
And case closed.
I didn't know if you were going to, reach out to Sister Teresa and be like, hey, guess what?
Yeah, I remember her going, J, space. J, space. Because that's the starting position on your keyboard. The J and the F are where the little nubbins are. So you can place your fingers without staring at your fingers while you're typing, as if you're like 70 years old. Yeah.
Did you guys do a lot of oral tests? Like she had to say it while you typed, or?
No, I think the majority of it was on-screen tests. But to start, for the first week, she would just say out certain letters so that your fingers would get used to hitting that letter. If I recall correctly, that was a long time ago.
No, we had green screens for our typing class. How about that?
Yeah, I think that's what we had too. Pretty deluxe.
And we had Mr. Delk's index cards. They were laminated index cards.
Back in my day.
Yeah, he used a drumstick for his pointer.
Wow, like a KFC?
Very close, yeah.
Okay.
No, like a drumstick.
Oh, like you're playing the drums, a drum set.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes more sense. It'd be unhealthy if he was getting KFC every single day.
He was a big man, so.
Oh, was he? You think he was taking down fried chicken every day?
He was big in stature, and it wouldn't surprise me if he had some KFC once a week.
Once a week? That's nothing. Once a day.
Oh, okay.
Don't you think once a week that's an okay amount of time to indulge in some KFC?
Sure.
I'll take that as no.
I mean, it's a lot of fried chicken.
It is. Once a week is?
I think so.
Oh.
I like fried chicken maybe once a quarter.
Yeah. I always feel kind of filthy after eating fried chicken.
Now, wings. I mean, I could tear up some wings for sure. I don't know if I could do wings once a day, though.
Yeah. Seems like a lot.
Yeah.
Once a week, though?
Yeah, I could do wings once a week.
But only boneless.
No, I do bone in.
You do?
I do. I don't like to eat it in public places, but I pull it all apart. I don't just put it in my mouth and no.
Whether you're at home or in public, you do that? Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Missing out.
I mean, I'll eat them in public, but it gets really messy really fast.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. But in the privacy of your own home, why won't you tear into it with your teeth?
I don't know. It's something about the caveman feeling of
Yeah. So I was going to
tearing meat off the bone.
Except I was going to say cave person. That way is more inclusive.
That's good. That's good.
Thank you.
Have you heard of Swedengate?
Swedengate?
Yes.
Is this like a scandal much like Watergate, for example?
Well, that's what I thought. Apparently, the internet found out Swedish parents won't automatically feed your kid if they happen to be there for dinner time. So, when you'd have friends over for after school or whatever, and your parents would be like, oh, just stay for dinner, and they'd feed your friend, right?
Sure,
or you'd be at somebody's, right? It's just what you do. Apparently, Swedish parents make their child sit down at the table, and they have their family meal while their guests just go do something else.
Okay.
Isn't that weird?
I get maybe they're just highly specific household to household on the dietary stuff.
See, I think it's more of a family time thing. We're sitting down as a family. Even though you've got a guest, we're still going to be a family at the table.
Oh, okay.
They say sitting down for dinner with your family is still big in Sweden and was even bigger 20 or 30 years ago when you'd never skip it. So if you fed someone else's kid without asking, you might be stepping on their dinner plans, which was considered rude.
Huh. One of those Swedes.
I mean, they shouldn't be at your house for dinner then. Go home, it's dinner time.
But instead they had to go play Nintendo in the other room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I personally would not be okay with this because I would want to feed the people around me. It would be weird if the kid was like, I'm having dinner with my family, so I'm just going to go hang in the other room. Like, no, you can sit at the table with us.
Hold them down and force feed them?
Or just sit with us. You don't have to eat. I do love to feed people, though, Matt.
Do you mean literally, spoon food into their mouths?
Well, I like to chew it up first and then spit it in their mouth.
Oh, yeah, baby bird it, yeah.
I like to baby bird them, yeah. No, I like to provide food. I never want anybody to be hungry.
You're so thoughtful.
I don't know about thoughtful. It makes me feel weird if they're not eating or if I can't give them food. I don't know.
All right. Well, never mind. Not thoughtful. Just weirded out.
Yep.
Kate, I think I'm getting feeble as I age.
Uh-oh. What's happening?
Last week, I didn't manage to get my deck fridge closed all the way.
Okay.
So I came out hours later, and it was basically, I reached in to grab a beer, and I was like, oh, because my fingers inadvertently touched the back wall of the refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
And it was all slushy and gross.
Oh.
Yep. And then last night, I got home from work. I got the bottom drawer freezer, which I really like.
Yeah.
Open up that drawer, and water's dripping in there from the ice and the various other things defrosting. Because I got a shelf, and my frozen broccoli was all kind of mushy too.
Okay.
And I was like, So it turns out I don't quite have the strength to close the refrigerator or freezer door anymore.
You're going to have to put Post-its on your appliances that says close tightly.
Yeah. Push hard.
Oh.
So, yeah. When that happened last night, when I discovered, that the freezer was slightly ajar and that things were quite melty. And then this morning, when I was getting ice for my green tea, I had to really chop at the ice that was in there because it congealed, it froze together.
Mm.
And then I dumped the remainder into the sink.
So are you going to have to replace your freezer? Not replace your freezer, but replace all the food in your freezer?
No, it didn't get that cold. It was still cooler than the refrigerator at that point.
Okay.
But now the broccoli that I get, now it'll refreeze because typically I get 2 servings out of those little steamable bags, for myself. Those are I bet you they're going to be hard as a rock, and I'll really have to work to break them up into broccoli cubes. I guess I just need to know, Matt, your natural, close the refrigerator door or freezer door as you go about elsewhere. You don't have the strength you once did.
Oh, that stinks, though, that happened twice.
I know. In 1 week.
Yeah.
1 week's time. The deck one wasn't as big of a deal because there's just beer in there.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
So it was just slightly warmer than I would have appreciated.
We shopped deep freezes last weekend because I think our deep freeze is on its way out.
Why do you think that?
It's got quite the, what do you call it? The ice buildup or the...
Little crystals?
Yeah.
Ice crystals?
It's got quite the buildup that it's not sealing right at the bottom. So we were talking about, okay, do we just need to let it thaw out and then we try it again? But it's probably a 20-year-old deep freeze. It wouldn't surprise us. So we went shopping for deep freezes, and those suckers are hard to find.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah.
Pandemic related, you think?
Probably.
That would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But Home Depot had one on the floor, Matt. And I was like, hey, he gave me this whole spiel about how they don't have the storage and there's no room. And I said, hey, I'll make it easier for you. I'll take this one off your hands. He's like, well, this is the floor model. This would give you more room.
Yeah.
He goes, then we'd have to order one. I'm like, I know, but then I'll have to order one. And I guarantee it'll get to Home Depot a lot faster than it'll get to me. but they only had one option for a upright deep freeze.
Yeah, the chest style. Or no, upright.
No, not the chest.
Oh.
Upright. Yeah, I didn't think about it.
What about? Did you see any chest ones there or no?
There are more, not at Home Depot, but there are more upright options, or there are more chest options. See, I got myself confused. There are more chest options, but we don't want a chest. We want an upright.
Oh, okay, I feel like the chest ones have really taken off in popularity.
Things get lost in a chest one.
Yeah, you got to dig through there.
Yeah, if you've got an upright, you can see everything. It's right there. So,
how much of your freezer is occupied by cow? Because you buy a side of beef, right, at a time?
half a side?
Okay, half a side of beef.
Half a side? Is that what we get? I don't know. I would say 90% of my deep freeze is cow. Yes.
But you don't have to dig through the steaks to get to the ground chuck.
Right. Everything's like organized, like things are together. But like there's one shelf that's chicken nuggets and French fries and ice cream and popsicles, and one shelf that's not cow.
Well, at least you got the essentials in there in that shelf.
Right.
Nuggets and ice cream, right? Is that all you need?
Nuggets, ice cream. I think there's some vodka popsicles in there too.
Oh.
Got to bust those out for the summer.
Got to be careful which ones you give to the kid. No, you have different shaped ones, right?
Yes.
For the alcoholic popsicles.
Yes.
Oh, you haven't had a chance to take them for a spin yet?
I forget about them. I need to remember those.
Yeah, come on.
I know. Get them to the pool and slurp them down and work on my tan.
Nom nom.
Yeah. So are you going to put a Post-it on your freezers to close tightly?
Well, it needs to not just be on the freezers. It needs to be on the refrigerator door, too, because the deck is the fridge.
Yeah.
With a miniature door. You know, it's like a college dorm fridge. You would think I would have the strength to close that.
Maybe instead of something like close tightly, you should put something like, you can do it, Matt.
Yeah, you can do it, old man. Get it. Maybe I need to start working out. Maybe I need to do push-ups.
Was it early on in the evening that you went to shut it, or was it late in the evening?
So I'd failed to shut it pretty early in the day, the deck fridge.
Yeah.
And then it probably was, luckily, it was like 8 hours later when I walked out there again and saw, oh dear, this door's a little bit cracked.
Okay, so it wasn't like because you had a few, you didn't shut the door.
No, that's possible.
Okay.
But the freezer from the day before, the freezer that I left open, that was perfectly sober.
Perfectly sober. Okay.
Yeah. Because I don't come home and immediately start drinking. Typically, I make some food first.
Depends on the day.
Yeah, it depends on the day. Sometimes you want that booze to work quicker, and turns out an empty stomach is one of the ways to get there.
Happy hour.
Yep. Please drink responsibly. 1-888-BETS-OFF.
Is that still a thing?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
In certain states, they have to advertise that. 1-888-BETS-OFF. See dealer for details. Okay, they don't say see dealer for details. They should consider it, though.
They should.
Yeah.
Maybe see bookie for details? No?
See bookie for details. Yeah, that works. Kate, I ran into this story, why 100 calories of an avocado are different from 100 calories of cake.
Okay.
And the reason I mention this, because I feel like I mentioned on the show, is like, I tell you what, a good way to diet is just to be boring and count calories. I feel like did I say that on the air?
I feel like I've heard that from you.
I thought I should mention this again because they point out, well, if you're drinking soda, it's not going to fill you up. Your body's just going to like absorb all those calories. Where, if you have some brown rice or even an avocado or something like that, your body's really got to work to process that. And thus you're full longer. So, and same thing with cake. Cake pretty much becomes sugar immediately once it hits your stomach. And you're going to absorb all those calories and you're going to be hungry again before you know it. Guess I need another slice of cake.
Right. It's just another 100 calories. It's fine.
Yep. So basically the point is, 100 calories in soda and 100 calories in this avocado. Your body takes different routes for both those. And maybe I shouldn't be as dismissive enough to just say, just count your calories. You'll be fine.
I do think, though, moderation is important. That
True,
you can have the 100 calories of cake and you can still, keep going. It's as long as you don't eat the cake.
Right. The cake should not be the meal.
Correct.
Right.
The entire cake should not be. Have the little 100 slice or, calories of cake. Have your little sweet and then move on.
Now I'm curious how much cake I could eat in a day.
I never used to be a cake fan. And now it's I don't mind cake. I could do cake.
What happened?
I don't know. I was never a cake fan. Even at our wedding, I was like, do we have to have cake? And my mom was like, yes, you have to have cake. I was like, okay.
And otherwise, what are you guys going to mush into each other's mouths?
Well, we could serve other desserts, but my mom was like, you're having cake. So, yeah. I think we had cupcakes, though, for our guests. We had a groom's cake, and we had a really small wedding cake, for us.
I don't know if I know the difference.
Well, okay. So much about the wedding is very bride focused. So I think a groom's cake was introduced to be okay, let's show off some of the groom's personality.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes you'll see, Monty's was a shamrock and it had a shamrock shaped cake.
Oh, fancy.
And it was green. And I want to say it had Notre Dame on it, maybe.
I was hoping you were going to say Monty's had the Care Bears on it. Or something like that, Transformers.
If you search groom's cake, a lot of them are real manly looking and
challenge accepted. I'm doing that now.
Yeah. There's some hunting. There's one with a video game console, Yankees. There's a grill.
Oh, here's a tuxedo one. That looks clever.
A Yeti cooler with beers in it.
Oh, Dallas Cowboys one. Boo.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Boo. Luckily, they've sucked for a long time.
Yeah.
For the unfamiliar, the Cowboys actually used to be a decent football team, the 90s. Won lots of Super Bowls.
But even when they were decent, I still say they sucked.
Yeah, agreed. Correct. It's the correct take. America's team, Kate.
No, not my team.
Talking about America's team now. Okay.
I know.
If you, dear listener, are a fan of the Dallas Cowboys, come on. Are you serious? And then, okay, fine. You do you.
You do you.
So, Kate, are you going to Airbnb, or attempt to, I should say, Airbnb the Scooby-Doo Mystery Machine?
The Mystery Machine is now an Airbnb.
At least for a few days it is. So if you want to Airbnb the Mystery Machine, you'll have a chance to do it starting at noon today.
Oh.
$20. For $20, 3 people will get to spend the evening in the Mystery Machine van.
$20. 3 people can sleep in a van.
Yeah, pretty good, huh?
Down by the river. Where is it?
So it will be available in Malibu, California, and only on the June 24th, 25th, and 26th. And it says it's not a contest. So I guess just first come, first serve. Everyone's going to press refresh at once on this listing. I don't know.
I mean, for $20.
Yeah, $20, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
But you got to find your way to Malibu. That does not include flight.
They're not going to pick you up.
And food. Yeah, they're not going to pick you up in the Mystery Machine van here in St. Joe and then drive you to Malibu. That would probably cost some more money.
I mean,
gasoline's expensive.
The Mystery Machine could be the new Wienermobile. Driving around the country.
Yeah. Spreading awareness about Scooby-Doo.
Mm-hmm. About ghosts and old men working at the amusement park.
Woo! What? Sorry. It's been too long since Halloween. I got a chance to flex my sound effects muscles enough.
I think you should just start throwing them in commercials.
Woo!
Great savings at Bob Socks.
What if, you've been endorsing Wendy's recently?
Yeah.
What if you send those to me first and I'll go, woo! In the background.
Can you can you say bacon in that voice?
In ghost speak?
Yeah, in ghost speak.
Yeah, I can say bacon and ghost speak.
Okay, go for it.
It goes, woo! Like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No good?
No, I didn't know ghosts. That was just Okay.
It's like speaking Wookiee.
Okay, gotcha.
But unlike, with Chewbacca, because Han Solo could understand what Chewbacca was saying, but Han Solo never went, ah, or whatever back at Chewie. He couldn't speak Chewie, he could only understand it, whereas I not only understand Ghost, I can speak it too.
Nice.
Pretty good,
nice.
Huh?
I was hoping you were going to do a Wookiee. That was great.
Thank you. I was hoping I'd somewhat successfully pull off a Wookiee, and I felt good about that attempt.
I like it.
Thanks, Kate.